So, Debbie, this video is to show you how you will in the future come in, extract the site data for these new school districts and get them ready for importing into Volunteer Tracker. So, you're going to go to the National Center for Education Statistics link. And so, in this case, I'm going to type in Syracuse and I'll pick the state just to narrow it down some and search. And when it pulls up, it you pull up those schools, and this is the Syracuse City School District. So I'm clicking on that, and you'll notice the schools for this district. So if I click on this, it's going to go out and pull in all the schools for this district. Now, I'm probably going to switch over here in just a second because I already have this downloaded and I don't want to wait for this because it does take a few minutes, but it will ask you if you want to export it using Excel. And of course, that's what you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up this one that I have. Now, when you go to open it, you get this message, and it's okay to do yes to this. And it's going to pull in looking like this. Now, what you're going to want to do is pull out the data that you need, which is, your school name and the street, city, zip, and phone number. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all of this. I'm going to get a few things I don't need, but I can delete them once I get it into Excel. So I'm just going to, let me go back and grab this because I'm not sure I got all the way to the top. So let me pull this and come over and grab the phone number and go to the bottom, and I'm going to Control C, and then I'm going to just do a new spreadsheet, and I'm going to copy this information in here. Now, once you get it in here, we're going to do like we did with our class we took. I'm going to click anywhere in here, and I'm going to insert a table just to have this here, and I'll go ahead and name my table site list or whatever you want to name it. And then we're going to see how this is in all caps, and we don't want this in all caps, so I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. Now, we don't need the district, the school district, and we don't need the county, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. So I'm going to just highlight those and right click and delete those. So I need to turn this into upper lowercase. So I'm going to go to B, I'm going to right click and insert a row. Now, I did learn a lesson today that it's better if you just go ahead and click in the first field and right click and format cells and make sure you're on general, because if it's on text, it'll give you an error. So I've changed this to text. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to my formulas, go to text, and go to proper. And of course, it's going to ask me for the field, so I'm going to click in this. You're going to notice it had it all caps and it changed it to the proper version. So when I click OK, it pulled all of that in my table. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do is make sure we don't have these formulas. See how it has the formulas? So I'm going to copy down this field that I just added, and I'm going to do a Control C, and then I'm going to right click and paste, and I'm going to paste the values. So now when I click in here, I have the school names, not formulas. Okay, so I'm going to escape and get that off and spread this out a bit. Now I'm just going to go ahead and delete column A because I no longer need it. I have my street address, city, state. You'll notice the zip is in 2 fields, and we don't want that. We want it all in 1 field. So I'm going to right click and insert another row. Again, I'm going to right click, format cells, and change it to general, just so this works. And now I'm going to use concatenate. So if you remember, again, that's a text formula, concatenate. And I'm going to take the text out of E, and I'm going to tab and go to the next one, and I'm going to put a dash in there. Oops. And end it with a quote. Oops, I did not do that right, so let me do that again. Sorry about that. just start over here. So I'm going to go text, concatenate. I'm going to do E2, which is the zip. Then I'm going to do my double quote and my dash and my double quote. And then I'm going to go to text 3 and I'm going to grab F2. And when I click OK, you'll notice it copied all those zip codes down. Now, again, I'm going to want to get rid of the formulas. So I'm going to copy this down, and I'm going to Control C, right click, paste values. So now you notice I have just the numbers, no formulas. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these two fields because I'm going to no longer need those as well. So I'll just get rid of E and F. Okay, so I pretty much have all the information that I need now to be able to send this to the districts for them to be able to verify it and check it. Now, one thing you're going to want to do is just tell them that we got this list off of the national database, and it usually is a year old. So if they need to add schools or remove schools, they can feel free to do it to this list. And then they can return it to you, and we're going to be able to import it that way. Now, I'm going to change my column header here because I didn't change it, and it says column 1. So I'm going to rename, well, I was going to rename my column headings, but I don't think it's going to let me, and really we need to do that. Here we go. So this is zip code, and this is going to be site location. Okay. And so then this is exactly like you need it to be able to send it to the district. So we'll just file, save as, save it, where probably in OneDrive. I'm going to save it to my desktop just so that I have it. So this is going to be my Syracuse City school list. And we're going to save it as an Excel workbook. It copied in that XLSX. I'm going to take that off because it's going to fix that when it saves it. And I'm going to save it. And it says it already exists because I'd already done this activity once. So I just wanted to show you how you do that. We'll put this in the template in Guide CX just so that we'll have that for the future because we won't do this enough to remember. Thank you.